I'd like to find the road we roam together, swinging along, finding the long way home. We didn't mind the time or place or weather, singing a song, finding the long way home. Remember, I used to sigh at the end of each day, dear.
What is happening, house lovers and explorers? Welcome back to another video, and today's old home is another one that I was able to uncover some very interesting history for, and this includes both the former residence and the home itself, as it originally started life as an Edwardian villa, and then in the 1950s it was given an overhaul to bring it in line with the more contemporary style of that time. But the old Edwardian features inside the home were left in place for the most part, which you will see. And I was scratching my head during the video trying to figure out the contrasts in these styles. Now, the home for this video was situated at 487 Fullerton Road, Highgate here in Adelaide, and it was one of the homes that was demolished for the huge intersection upgrade at Crossroad and Fullerton Road. Included in these demolitions was this iconic local heritage home. And the video for this one is going to be a real treat, guys and girls, as I'll have the complete history, including old photos as well. So I'm just getting ready to get all that together to start the video, so stay tuned for that one. Also, the historic Urbex gatehouse across the road I will cover also, as that one was carefully disassembled brick by brick and relocated instead of being lost forever via demolition. And that was a fantastic outcome. Anyway, let's get into some history for this old home we are looking at today. So, my research shows that in 1910, Henry Holton purchased the land here, and by 1914 he was listed here with the occupation of nurseryman. Henry was born in 1866, and in 1885, at the age of 19, he had a son out of wedlock with Louisa James, who was also 19 at the time. The son's name was Frederick. Frederick stayed with Mother Louisa and later became Frederick Simmons when Louisa married William John Simmons. As for Henry Holton, he went on to marry Lillian Elizabeth Willis in 1894, and they had 7 children together. This 1935 aerial survey photo shows the property at this point, which was 188 Fullerton Road. Wife Lillian Elizabeth passed away in 1950, and then Henry passed away in 1954. At the time of his death, youngest son Douglas was also listed as living here as an electrician. The property was passed on to second eldest son Stanley Willis, who then subdivided the property into 2 titles, and he sold both portions in March of 1955. The front portion with the villa being purchased by William Kerry Schultz and his wife Dorothy. Now, this is when the home took on its transformation into the more contemporary 50s style, but I'll go further into this along with the Schultz family towards the end of the video when I discover some more hints during a salvage process, and I filmed that portion about a week after the initial explore. Alright, let's get into it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all enjoy.
Alright, so let's check out this house, guys. Just bumped into another guy having a bit of a look around. He's not an Urbexer. He's just having a look around at all the stuff they're salvaging. He says he's been in here and it's all intact and it's open, so I said I'll go over and have a look then. Yeah, this one always looked like it was abandoned. It's a 50s home. By the flat roof. We'll come back out into the shed. Straight into the laundry. Oh wow, they've actually put a Victorian... Alright, this has confused me. This looks like the original section of a villa. I'm going to have to go around the front and get a look to see all these door trims. They look to be period, turn of the century. We'll check out the front. Whoa, this is a 70s. This is definitely 70s, this bathroom. Check it out. '70s wooden panelling. Could have been just entering the 80s also. It's definitely around that time period for that upgrade. Now this looks like definitely had new flooring at some point. Solid wall. See, when you see the front of the house, guys, you'll think that's a 50s house. But that hallway and foyer, that look distinctively Victorian. See, they're Federation door handles. Unless they've made the hallway to look, because look at this. That's just your plain Jane normal door trims. But the hallway, I think they've done it up to deliberately make it look Victorian. Definitely with the archway. I know, I'll change my mind again. That's an original Victorian window. And check out these wall cracks. So I would say this was an old cottage that was pulled apart and added to at some point in the 50s. Tell me what you think, guys, but we'll get a look at the front. That'll settle it. Little ensuite bathroom. Yeah, they're solid. They're the original solid walls. Yeah, that is original, guys. They would have been double windows. There would have been a beam through there. And they knocked that out. Put these windows in the 50s. And possibly there is a fireplace, a chimney in there somewhere. There you go. That's where the fireplace would have been, behind that wooden part. Yeah, I'm certain that, absolutely certain that this is the original hallway of an old Victorian villa. And again, this would have been one of the front main rooms. Again, that window would have been divided. And they've added all these. What is that? Cork. Got creative with the cork. See, check it out, guys. From the front and from the road, this looks like a 50s home because they've totally transformed the roof. They've taken the original roof off and put the flat 50s roof on it. But there would have been a veranda over the slate return veranda, and they've rendered the walls with like a cement mix. And as I said, those original windows would have been divided. You would have had two vertical windows. So this place definitely got an absolute transformation in the 50s. And then they added on that section. When they transformed the villa, they added on that section. I'll see what I can dig up on this place history-wise, because the land titles will be a definitive answer on when this was built, though they're definitely old vents as well. What you tell me what you think, guys. What's this over here? It's like a little garden patch or something. Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely a cool little garden patch. So we'll go and have a look in the shed. Well, lots of junk left in here. Big barbecue. The beef eater. People have already probably ratted through here and taking anything worthwhile. Just your typical shed stuff. What's up, guys? I'm in the old 50s home that was once an old villa. It's about a week after I filmed it. It's on the intersection that's been altered, and obviously salvage process has started. They've already taken some of the floorboards out a few of the rooms, and I quickly noticed that there was newspapers underneath the old lino. Now there's the lino. Try and get a... You can't really see it, but I've plucked out a section already, and it's from 1955. Not as old as some that I've found, but it's in decent condition, although they've kind of sawed off one section. But there's always some interesting articles and information in these, so I'm going to take out some more and save them and see what interesting stuff I can find in these ones. But also I'm going to have a look around for some old tins, as this week I've found several, 2 tins and 2 old cigarette packets. But the thing is, I mean, if the workers, I've said this before, if the workers know what to look for, they're probably going to come across them before I am. And if they don't, there's always a chance that they're going to stomp on them. But I have found them before, so I'll keep looking. I'm going to get those newspapers first, though.
Well, guys and gals, those newspapers were actually underneath the carpet and on top of the old linoleum. And the date of March 25th, 1955 indicates that only 2 weeks after the property changed hands from the Holton family to the Schultz family that the carpet was laid down, and most likely the alterations to adopt the more modern 50s look would have followed not long after. William and Dorothy Schultz were both in their 40s when they purchased this old home, and they were married in 1936. Dorothy was the youngest of 11 children and is pictured here with parents Maria and Adolf, along with her 5 older remaining siblings, as unfortunately there were 5 of the 11 children that died under 1 year of age, which is very sad to know. William and Dorothy lived in the house up until 1981, when possibly they went into aged care. William passed away 2 years later in 1983, aged 75. And Dorothy in 1990, aged 80. It would have been fantastic to have found an old photo of the home before it was altered from its original villa state. But the old home would have looked something along the same line as this, guys. Well, that's it for this one. It's always interesting unlocking the mysteries to these old homes, and particularly when the home has been through some changes like this one did. So I hope you all enjoyed, guys, and as I mentioned, the other historical homes on this intersection I will be uploading very soon. A vast difference now to what was here prior to the start of the demolition in 2021. Stay tuned, guys, and jump in the comments. I'll say thanks for watching and move on to another one, and I'll see you all in the next video. Alright guys, cheers, bye.